Welcome. In this video again, I'm here with Bowser, going into midway into the second week of the board and training process. And here in this video, I'm going to demonstrate the come command. Okay, again, talking about on a prior video about how commands package up by way of fading in the right way, and how it is that as the relationship starts to change, as the dog starts to perceive me and then the dog owners the right way, how it is we can start to lean more and more on commands. Now, in terms of, again, of advocating, beginning to establish commands, verbal commands properly through packaging, this is where, again, the interactions need to, again, remain the primary focus for a while by way of asserting influence onto a dog. Now here I'm going to start to show how that works again through the come command. And here I'm using a bit of a longer leash here, so give me a little bit of space and distance, and show how it works by way of, again, on separation, on applying a little bit of distance, where I can start to think about stepping away from Bowser and having him stay in place, okay, until I issue the come command. Now again, showing how that works, I'm going to show how this works in this video, so you can start to see how that kind of is starting to come together even during the process a little bit. But again, as you move forward with Bowser returning back into the home environment, you want to again continue to advocate the way I'm showing on these videos, even with using the leash this way. Now I'm going to move with him a little bit and create a little bit of separation. Now, when I establish start to build a framework on the stay and the come, what I'm doing here, when you start to do this, you'll want to, again, keep the leash, even though I'm using a longer leash, keep it really kind of short, okay? I'm still using the choke chain here, and even tapping a little bit, so I'm creating some inwardness, okay? I want, again, to really focus on leadership. When he goes into the sit position where I start to think about stepping away from him, okay, what you want to really key up on is you can say the word stay, but you really want to be really sharp, okay, in terms of how you're, the seriousness of how you're doing this, which he kind of will start to get the fact that, hey, I don't want you to move. Now, when I step off, okay, he's on my left side here, I'm going to step off with my right leg, okay, versus my left leg. If I want him to walk with me, I'll step off with my left leg, see that? Get him to kind of move, and so he kind of keys up on, the fact that how I'm moving. So if he's on my right side, I'll do that quickly here so you can see. Then in this case, you want to step off with your right leg. Okay? Do it that way. Back and go sit. Okay. Again, if he ever hovers there, he doesn't want to kind of go into the sit right away. Make sure you initiate it, have him go into it. Now, same thing. If I'm going to have him stay, right, I'm going to step off my left leg, he's on my right side, left leg, and then start to create some separation. See, now I'm in front of him. See how I have the leash up high here? And I can tap that leash a little bit to advocate him staying in position. Now, he's very excitable. See, he looks sexually aroused. And what that represents, just so you're aware, too, that's like endorphins kicking off. That's like a runner's high, okay? Now here I'm going to line this up again, and I'll work it on this time my left side. Trying to demonstrate kind of the basic framework for this. So again, if I want to start to work, because here I'm going to do the full-blown come command here in a second. Same thing, I'm going to line this up. First thing is put him into a sit position. Be really sharp, really assertive. Happily take your time. Be really serious. Okay, so when I step away, he knows I want him to stay. Now, if he's kind of fiddling here a little bit, see that? Tap the leash a little bit. Pretty little. It doesn't have to be looking up in my eyes or anything, but I want him to become solid here. Now, I'm going to step away. When I step away, focus on, when I step away here, focus on having him commit to staying, but keep your focus on him. So when I step off my left leg, see I'm turned around here, have the leash up high. I can tap it a little bit to create some focus towards me, but at the same time, I don't want him to get the idea that he can move. Keep the leash up high. See that? Up high. See I'm tapping here. Then have him commit to that position. I didn't even say the word stay. It's implied. So you can say stay, but don't lean on that word that way. It's about how I'm working this leash this way I'm doing it. See, I'm creating a little bit of spin. See that? He's trying to move. What did I do? I tapped it away. to put him back into that same position. So I'm communicating with him as I don't want you to move. Yes, I'm ahead of you, but I have the leash up high here. Now when I get ready to say the word, the command for him to move, watch how it works here. Bowser, come. I say come, pull, 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 right in front of me, see that? And line it up. Same thing, but I'm focused on him, I don't want him moving. Right now he's in front of me, see that? Tapping the leash, see how serious I am? I'm going to step away from him again. As I step away, I tap the leash a little bit, get his attention, but I don't want him to move. See, he tries to move a little bit, tries to shuffle, tap him back. Bowser, come. As soon as I say come, pull him in. And then do a little push-pull here. And now I'm going to bring him back around. This is the first time I've done this with him, okay? This is the first time that I'm working on, starting to do a little distance work with him. See, same thing. Put him into a sit, really solid. Now you can use a shorter leash to do this, but so long you have a little bit of leash length so that you can work off of establishing it. Same thing here. His legs are a little bit, get this looking good. See that? Nice and solid. Being really sharp. See how I'm tapping a little bit here? Just like fading in really, because he knows something different's going on because I'm a little sharper, right? I'm a little sharper with my method. Now right here I can say stay, and say stay. Just one word, step off. See how I have the leash, I'm ready to go. See how he's turning his head, tap that leash a little bit. He tries to move, tap him back. Not until I tell him to. Bowser, come. So notice how I said his name. I waited a second or two, right, before I gave the command. Because here's the thing, if he's across the street, say you're dealing with cars or traffic, say somehow he got over across the street, I want to be able to say his name to get his attention, and I don't want him to move yet because it may not be safe. So I want to get into a habit of being able to call his name to get his attention, but I want him to key up without moving so that he's looking at you and saying, okay, a command is about to follow. Okay, so on the next command for him to move. So always when you do this, say his name first. If he tries to move, don't put him back. But don't have it wash out. A lot of people will have this washout where they'll say his name, the dog's name, the dog's already moving, and then they're trying to speed up the command, come. It's like, that's not good. Okay, count. It's like, say his name, do a 2-second count, 1001, 1002, where he can't move. So I'll do it here to show it. Same thing, see he's kind of getting a little sketchy there, right? Tap him, get serious, I want him to be solid. Step away from him, say tap him a little bit to line this up. He tries to move, right? Tap him. Bowser, 1001, 1002, come. Now pull him in. See that? Right in front. Try to get him right in front of you like that, see that? And then repeat. So, heel. So same thing, this is a great exercise. So you want to do it that way. Again, I'm going to see if I can get some more distance here. Really sharp. I'll give him a drink here in a minute. He's getting a little tired. But same thing. Now watch this. Let's see if I can go the whole leash length here, right? Just to show how this works. Stay. Tries to move, right? Tap him back. Stay. Be serious. Bowser, come. Pull. See that? Him coming in, right in, right in, right in. Right here. Line it up. Yeah. I'm not going to say good boy or anything like that. He knows that it's what I want. Do it one more time. Get it lined up. You're saying you don't want him all floppy, right? Try to get it so that his body is lined up properly. Stay. Tries to move. I'm going to see if he tries to. Don't let him squirrel up or anything. Have him. I want him solid. Try. But even if I feel or sense he's going to move, step in on him and tap him. See that? See that? This is a good example of this. Stay. Bowser, come. Running in, but control him. So even if he tries to run a little bit, Get that leash nice and short, control it, right? Bring them back in here. So that shows the framework of the command, okay, how I'm doing it. It's all about, it's kind of fun experience. It's something to work on at some point, okay? Not something that you need to do right away. But that shows you how to set up a proper, scenario where I create some distance, but I'm doing it, let's say, with a longer leash, right? And then you use like a longer line, but he's already, responsive, okay? He's already getting a little solid in terms of understanding, because it's about expectations, but me being sharp, right? Very assertive. I'm not angry or mad. I'm just very assertive, right? And just see how I'm tapping here, for example, just knowing how his mind is kind of moving, right? So same thing, we do it. You want to do it that way. It shows you how to create the scenario so he starts to get it. Again, say his name first. Do the 2 count. I don't want him to move, but don't. Here's one of the sequences. High expectations. Don't kind of, when you're doing this, same as right here, when I'm doing this, is have a high standard. If you're well, that's kind of good enough, and you settle for less than what he can do and what you can do, then that's how it's going to be. Okay, so don't settle for second best. When you're doing this, right away establish a really good picture. Okay, any sort of creeping behavior, starts to creep, or you say his name, starts moving, and you're speeding up your commands to accommodate him. This is where things don't work out well, because then it just sets up a scenario so that you're not going to be totally, really happy. So again, he's doing really good. So thanks for watching.